I look like I'm doing my own hostage video, don't I? Hold on a moment. Greetings, and welcome to yet another edition of the Grindhouse. I figured this would be possibly a new season of sorts. I decided I'm going to be reviewing this certain movie for some friends of mine tomorrow. Long story, but it's going to be sort of a more live thing for them. But in case they're not there to see it, I figured I'd do this one now. I just got done watching the movie Hobo with a Shotgun. In my opinion, this is Rutger Hauer's probably his best film since The Hitcher. And I know people are going to say apparently Blade Runner being, the quintessential Rutger Hauer film. Yeah, that was a good one too. To be honest, I haven't really seen all of it though. But I did see The Hitcher, and I did see Hobo with a Shotgun. And I will say this about Hobo with a Shotgun. It is, what's the word I'm looking for? Very over-the-top, quintessential Grindhouse viewing. This movie is definitely something you would see in the 80s, in 42nd Street, in New York City, in like 2 in the morning. This would be the perfect film for it, in my opinion. Let's see. Let's just delve into the story a little bit here. Rutger Hauer plays a homeless man. There's no name given to the homeless man that he plays, other than the hobo, or basically. Anyway, he ends up riding the rails. He rides into this city that's being overrun by crime, and it's being overrun by a guy named the Drake. Not the rap singer, although that would have been kind of funny. But no, not him. Ironically, Kanye West would have been a good, villainous sidekick if you were going to actually include Drake, the singer. But anyway, getting back to that, the Drake is basically this, he's kind of basically what you'd call an 80s Miami Vice looking crime lord type of character, played by, I want to say Brian Donnelly, I think was the name. Hold on, I want to make sure I get that right, because this really should have been, here we are. Just looking at the credits here. Brian Downey, sorry. Anyway, Brian Downey plays the Drake. For those of you wondering who Brian Downey is, you're not alone, because I haven't seen him in a film but this. In case you're looking for the movie on physical media, this is it. So, anyway, getting back to the story, the Drake is basically, he's this crime lord who runs the city. He's bought the cops off, of course. The cops a lot of them are all dirty cops. And if you've ever seen the movie Grindhouse, there is, in the United Kingdom, there was a trailer for this movie before it became a movie, kind of like Machete was. So, naturally, they decided to make a movie of this, and the trailer has a guy by the name of David Brute. B-R-U-T, Brute. I don't know. It's one of the pronunciations, I assume. Anyway, he's the hobo in the movie. In the movie, in the trailer. In the movie, he's actually gets a cameo as the guy who says, "We're all dirty cops." He's only in it for like a split second, basically. Good actor. I'm kind of curious to see that version based on the trailer, because the trailer looked very grim. It looked like you were watching Mad Max way beyond Thunderdome, because it's kind of like, think of it this way, mix The Exterminator with Executioner Part 2, and then throw in Vice Squad, and multiply that by gallons of blood, and you basically have Hobo with a shotgun. This is a great film in terms of action. This is definitely one I would put in the top 10 for like an action movie listing. It's over the top. It's very grimy. There's a lot of disgusting parts to it. There's, Rutger Hauer's character meets up with this girl named Abby. She's a prostitute, and of course, she basically goes through her problems, and there's some gory stuff that happens to her. And to say the very least, I'm really kind of surprised I haven't seen her in another movie. The girl who plays Abby, Molly Dunsworth, I think was her name. Let me just look here. Yeah, Molly Dunsworth. I haven't seen her in a movie. I haven't seen Gregory Smith, who plays Slick, and Nick Bateman, who plays Ivan, the two sons of Drake, who are basically his lieutenants. Haven't seen them in a movie. And I couldn't tell you why, because everyone in this film, acting-wise, is very good at what they're doing. I don't know what the budget on this film was, but judging from the Grindhouse trailer, it looked to be in the same budget as, say, maybe, Machete when it came out. Of course, Machete, you had Robert Rodriguez. This movie, you don't really have Robert Rodriguez directing. You have another guy who's just, an unknown director by the name of Jason Eisner. Good director, though. Very good film. Is it graphic? Yeah. Is it what you call an R rating? Yeah. I would venture to guess this was unrated, I think. I think this was, I don't know if there's a director's cut per se. But yeah, this is unrated, in case you're wondering. I'd recommend buying it. Myself, personally, I thought this was a very dark, brutal movie. I have no complaints about it. My only complaint about it is that, of course, there'll probably never be a sequel, since Rutger Hauer has passed on, which admittedly kind of sucks. He was definitely one of my favorite actors in the 80s and the 90s. Other good Rutger Hauer movies I can think of would be Surviving the Game, The Hitcher, Wanted Dead or Alive, the one with Gene Simmons, that was decent. Blind Fury. Blind Fury was a great movie. Had that kid from Ford Fairlane, I think, was in that one. But yeah, so that was pretty much it. Definitely a good movie to watch while, sitting with friends. But if they're the easily offended type, or if you're watching it with, say, in-laws, you're gonna have a few discussions here and there, I'm sure. But anyway, that is the end for this edition. Until next time, fare thee well.